Hello and welcome to another edition of Local Yokel. Here's a view from the Rouge River Bridge. There's the Gordie Howe Bridge. All right, I'm repeating some of this footage. This was from the Hamtramck blowout. And this is the Kowalski sausage in the city of Hamtramck, no less. But a beautiful neon sign. But yeah, I wanted to talk more about the Hamtramck blowout and this music festival. There's 16 venues total. Cafe 1923 and Kelly's are two of them. The Port Bar is yet another one. The event started on a Thursday night, and they had 5 venues open for that. But Friday and Saturday night were the big nights. Well, this music festival certainly tailors to the younger crowd, the 20 and 30 somethings kind of a thing. But even if you're older, you can enjoy it for sure. It's open to all age brackets, and there's all number. The first night there were 5 venues, and the second night, Friday, they had 15 venues. And Saturday, again, those same 15 venues. So if there was one venue that didn't hit your fancy button or whatever, you just go on to the next venue. And they have different genres of music, so you just explore a little bit and have some fun with it. Yeah, it's this music festival, it's like a box of chocolates, you know. You don't know what you're going to get necessarily, but you can just walk, literally walking distance to the next venue, and here it is. And then a different style of music. Some's a little more low-key than others. You know, sometimes you get the heavy metal rock band, other times a folk group or something, or hear an acoustic single performer, and it's fun just checking out the different spaces actually.
Sitting here and watching girls dance, drinking beer and listening to the band. Get to feeling like 100 grand. I'm just here to watch the girls dance.
You can shoot pool here. And then what I kind of pick out a lot of times is when you go from venue to venue, I like to see the artwork that they have hanging on the walls. That was like a dining room space. I think they have a kitchen for lunch. But this is like a neat little space that they have here. So here's a nice painting. But it almost feels like it's almost like you're in your living room kind of thing. Look at this sofa. That looks fancy dancy.
Trick
play an old school video game. Yeah, but it's just fun, this event. I just can't believe the price. I'm just dumbfounded. It's $20 for a wristband, and it can stay on your wrist for like 3 days kind of a thing. But yeah, if you want to do, you can do all 3 nights: Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Just, I don't know, there's over 100 music acts, and you don't know what you're going to get. It's always like a big surprise, unless sometimes you can get a little help by going to metrotimes.com, and they'll preview the artists. They know a lot of the bands and what their style is, what kind of music they play, and all that stuff, so you can kind of get a general feel or whatever, but you just never know quite for sure. But that's part of the fun of it. You experience different things and say, well, that was different. You don't do the same old, same old. You might like one music, like it's country and just country for everything or whatever, or it might be like you're a Taylor Swift fan, so it's pop music and that's it. You got to expand your musical horizons and just check out other groups and see how they do it. And live music is always fun, just watching a band perform. I'm not musically inclined at all. I have no talent whatsoever. So when I can see people that can sing and play a musical instrument, I'm just like baffled. I'm astounded. But yeah, but these guys certainly practice and everything. And yeah, well, let's listen for a little bit. Venues kind of tight quarters kind of thing, and it's almost basically standing room only. Sometimes you can get a seat at the bar, but it might be obstructed view kind of thing, but you work with it. And like most of these people are 20, 30 something, so they can stand on their feet. They're athletic enough that us old timers like to sit down, but it is what it is. But no. But then you can walk around. There's no rhyme or reason. It's not like a concert. You're stuck in one venue and you can't leave or whatever. But yeah, did I mention it's only $20? $20. I mean, this pizza slice was $3.75 out the door. Not bad. It was a good slice, but $20. Yeah, you could spend that easy on a meal. So you spend $20, you see all these musical acts. You're not obligated to drink or buy food or anything. You just walk in the venue, you show your wristband, and you can just listen to some different music, especially if you're young. That is so affordable. Nowadays, I mean, I don't think you can get a lawn seat at Pine Knob for $20 anymore. So, I mean, that is downright affordable. But there's a lot of good places actually in the Detroit area where you can see live music for free. So why spend money on that if you can? But you can tip the bands and whatnot. Certainly. Here, urban planning. I like this. I'm surprised this place hasn't been gobbled up at Holbrook and Joseph Campo. It's like Main Street, Hamtramck, right here. Their big corner. Bumbo's has been around, I think, or it's been remodeled or whatever for a few years, but they did a nice job on it. Hamtramck's got a lot of cool little bars, but this one, they get a lot of football fans that will spill over from Keyworth Stadium when they're watching the Tri-City Football Club. Look at our Lions. They're making humans jump through hoops. I love that. But look at the artwork. It's fabulous. So from venue to venue. And, of course, the band area is all different in all these places. They got a different vibe, different clientele, different lights, different tin ceiling, different floor. Yeah, so it's just, for a lot of people, it'd be like virgin territory. I mean, you could go to 15 bars in one night just by showing your wristband. And you get different people. There's a lot of diversity in people. I kind of like to think there's no two people alike, but you do have identical twins. So I guess there's that. But it's fun to see a diversity of people. Although, politicians tell us sometimes diversity's not good. It depends what kind of diversity you're talking about. So you got to clarify that with some of the politicians. Some of the acts have been around for a while, Detroit garage bands and whatnot. Some are up-and-comers that just starting out, doing their thing. I'm not lying. It's only $20. That is downright cheap, affordable, and worth it. So it's like, yeah, if you don't have a lot of money and can't spend, $300 on Taylor Swift tickets or Beyonce or whatever, spend $20 and you'll have a whale of a good time, and you'll see local acts and people like your own age. The band area stage area is set up in the back. This Smalls bar is an interesting thing. And you can sign in, put your stickers and all that. I like to say art is everywhere, so some of the artists, they're musically inclined, so that's one form of artistry, but you can put it on print or canvas. You can dance, you can sing, whatever your art form is. But this is a little more heavy metal, and Smalls gets a lot of these other acts, I think, from various times. They will have a cover charge depending on who's performing. But these guys, yeah, they're rocking here.
All this time I spent wasted. I dropped my head like a stone. And by the time I could chase it, I was going on to that home. Everything that you told me, I put it on the shelf. Sensitive is what's on me. I don't know your voice, you wish you well.
Again, we'll check out the artwork. In fact, I probably, looking at that devilish lady there, should mention that the Nain Rouge Parade will be this Sunday, starting around 1 p.m. in the Cass Corridor. I think it's running on 3rd Avenue, if I'm I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's quite the parade. Anybody can be in that parade. And normally, here's a music act that I never usually talk over when they're performing, but I already aired this video last week, so that was uninterrupted by me doing the voiceover. But I wanted to talk about a few things because I love this festival. They have it every year, but we should have some more of these. $20 is just downright cheap. It's affordable, and what a great night out. And if you know a particular band, or if you follow the different bands, you know which groups are good and which ones to see. You set up your itinerary or your game plan, and you go from one to the next. You have it all figured out. You got to work it. Have their followings for sure. They some of them are fairly well known in the area, but yeah, this was the third act on this Friday night. Glass Chimera is the name of the group, and they came on at 11:15, and then the next group will be Cult of Space Skull. And that was supposed to be off the wall, kind of crazy. And I kind of wanted to stop and see that, but the Outer Limits had a good group. Yeah, and then all hell broke loose here. But, yeah, and it's like a bar action, so if you want to enhance the experience and have a beer or a rum and coke, you can do all that. And, yeah, they have some fun with it. Get a little energy out. And enjoy music. Yeah, Detroit's got a good music scene. It just needs to promote it a little more. I think Nashville has a good music scene, and the city promotes itself as such, and they get all these youngsters on Broadway and stuff just partying it up on the weekends and enjoying country music mainly, but they have all genres of music there in Nashville, a big recording studio area. They call it Music City with good reason, but Nashville doesn't have to steal all the thunder. Detroit has a good music scene, to be sure. I don't know how Cleveland beat us out for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but we certainly have a good rock scene. We have a good country scene, an R&B, pop, blues, jazz, whatever. You name it. And then here in Hamtramck, what a cool little city to have all these bars within walking distance. The scene is just, it's like the Lions. It's gritty or whatever, but, you know, you have the, what they call it, Detroit rock band or garage bands, that kind of thing. Well, that's kind of like what it is, but it's a lot of fun. They have their smoking area back here. I was just checking the lay of the land. But what I want to go to, I don't really follow the music scene all that well. I just go when I know about free music, but this particular group, Shadow Show, was featured in the Metro Times. So this is actually the third time that I videotaped them. So I'm somewhat of a groupie, I guess, but I'm following them a little bit. There's three young ladies. They just came out with their sophomore album, and then they tour the country and tour Canada. But it's cool that they stick with their roots. They're from Detroit, these three ladies. I think born and raised in Detroit. I'm told. Sometimes they say they were from the suburbs and then say they're from Detroit, but I think they're authentic. But we'll stop and listen to them a little bit. They have the pop melody. There's different ways to describe music, and I'm not a music aficionado to really break it down for you. But if you listen, you can pick up on it and what their style is like. But here again, the Outer Limits, it's a different venue. And it's cool, and it's basically standing room only, although I did get a seat by the bar, but I have to kneel up on the seat so I can get a view over everybody. Otherwise, I'm too short to see anything. They have good time here, and I like that old school clock that they have. That's neat. But yeah, this bar is certainly got some character, and yeah, a fun place to be sure. When I grew up, it was the Supremes. I was a big fan of that group, and it would be three black ladies that were singing. They didn't have instruments or anything, but they would all dress alike and dance and have all the moves. Diana Ross, for sure, the leader of the group. But Yeah, here's like the White Supremes, but they're playing musical instruments and they got their own style. That's not the best comparison at all, but they definitely have their own style and doing their own thing. But it's nice, you know, you have 3 females. And we don't see the drummer, but we will see her in a little bit. I'll go back there and we'll catch her in action. She really bangs on the drums. Hamtramck, a touch of Europe in America. But yeah, it's fun, and they're going on tour, so they're going to start probably doing bigger and bigger venues, you know, but you got to promote yourself, you got to work hard. They're probably doing the Taco Bell menu, you know, where you get 10 items for under $3, you know, but maybe later on they can do better. But we'll keep track of these young ladies. They're on Facebook. Go to Shadow Show. Yeah, just Shadow Show. I think they have a website, shadowshow.com, but there might be a hyphen in there. Just go to Facebook.
We're getting biblical on this bitch.
Oh, there's the drummer. Finally got a view. I told everyone down in front. Here we go. Good look at the drummer here. So tight space. I'm actually in front of the ladies' bathroom, which is not ideally where you want to be, but I wanted this view. rocking. There's something about, I mean, the bands I saw early in the night, certainly male dominated. And then something about an all-female band, it just seems like it's a lot of fun. They bring their energy for sure. They were going to call it a night there, and the crowd would have none of it. They said, "We want more."
That up in this. But like, thank you for everything. We've been playing together for 10 years. Like, I hope that we make you proud. That's the only thing we care about.
all three of the musicians sing and harmonize with each other. So yeah, I like their sound. Yeah, I like the view up closer to the stage for sure. But you're right by the speakers, so you get audio distortion and all that. But still, you know, from different angles, you got to move around. And but here you get a good view of the crowd dancing. So they had energy.
Seriously, thank you so much. We love you with all of our hearts. Wish us luck. Next time you see us, we're going to look a lot different.
Yeah, we'll have to come visit them again sometime. This, I guess, this is their sophomore album. And then they got their merchandise here, records, CDs, tapes, T-shirts, and the like. So they're doing their thing. Look at this, 313, I like that. But there's certainly a fraternity of all these musicians, and they know the routine. I'm just scratching the surface. There's like a learning curve for everything, and I haven't really gotten into the music scene all that much, although I enjoy it. This, I think they got to switch. It's not supposed to be bra. I think it's supposed to be bars, so I don't know what happened there. Probably should point that out to them. Hey, that looks like Ernie Harwell. Advertising they have beer to go. Who knew? But how convenient. Anyways, Outer Limits Lounge. It's on Buffalo, is one of the cross streets there. Then, yeah, these band, they got to do everything. Sell the merchandise. Yeah, it's a production, but yeah, they're on a tour right now, which is kind of fun. I got to see down the road what happens with this group. If they become all the rage and the next hot Detroit thing that goes national or something, that would be neat. All right, my camera's wigging out. My camcorder, I'm getting those fluttery lines. I don't know if just the heads need to be cleaned. If people had cassette players back in the day, they know about having to do that. Or the camcorder might just be wigging out on its own. I don't know. All right, I made it home. I got to turn my Dirty Show logo sign on here. But, yeah, that's an only in Detroit type event. Kind of like the Hamtramck thing is, but Hamtramck's inside of Detroit and closed by Detroit, but kind of close enough. But we have a lot of fun events, and we're the world's motor capital. See, I told you I was kind of like a groupie. I had a sticker from a previous show, $2, and so I got stickers all over. I mean to, sometime or another, paint the kitchen. I had good intentions, but that never happened, so it probably will never happen. After I die, somebody might get the hankering that they want to paint over, but... All right, so Detroit, yes. DET.com is the website. Yeah, the camera's really flickering now. We put the world on wheels. Yeah, I was ballyhooing, how cool my camcorder was, 2001 model, and both of this week's shows are poor video quality, poor voiceover, poor editing, poor everything. But yeah, that's what you get when you get public access. You get what you pay for. Actually, it's not cheap to get cable these days, though. But Channel 18 is free on the docket. You don't have to pay a premium like HBO or anything like that. All right. So then I think I slept in. Yeah, I really slept in. All right. Well, this is like a first sign of spring, but this was March 7th, and I noticed this because I parked my car in the driveway, and my neighbor's little strip of lawn next to her house, it's like first sign of spring as far as flowers go. And this is even before spring officially hits, but that's like thing. And when it warms up a little bit, then it blooms out. So nice purple flower. Colors pop. So I like to look for that. And then I like lighting also when you're looking for video. All right, here's the family calendar. So flipped it over to March, and March 8th is International Women's Day. And I didn't even know that. I think it's all Women's Month, too, for the whole month of March. But I'll remember March 8th. But my sister put it on the calendar. But everybody in, like, the immediate family, their birthdays, so Jake and Chris are on the calendar. And that's portraits of the family. Hey, well, look at this. News from the city of Dearborn for immediate release. City of Dearborn seeks community input for the update of its 5-year plan. So you go online, cityofdearborn.org. Oh, no, this is the public access QR code. If you want to see, this is easy, but there's a lot of stuff on the government website. But they got a QR code there, so you can see what airs on Channel 18. But here's the survey they want you to take. It's in English and Arabic. And then they're hiring community ambassadors. And they master land use plan. So it's a long-term policy, but they want input from the people, which is great. Because you want input from the people that live in the area, obviously, right? And not everybody has all the answers. So when you get input from the residents and everything, that's like money in the bank. Hey, well, April 8th, this was from the 2017 eclipse, but these are the special glasses you need. They're really fancy-dancy with the eagle and all that. Have eagle eye, but no, this will protect your eyes because you're not supposed to look up at the sun until you have totality. But anyways, I had those from the last one and I kept them because they don't go bad. So I'm ready for the next eclipse here. All right, well, here's a region court update. And I was going to air this last week, but I had noticed the camcorder's wigging out. You see those fluttery lines? That's annoying as all get out. So I apologize for the bad video quality, but you can still see the demo taking place in the background. And, yeah, I think I called this Fred. Yeah, because Fred Flintstone worked in a lot, and he had like a dinosaur, and he'd do construction or whatnot. But this is massive artillery. Hamtramck is in charge of the demo here of the region court, and I think they got all the attachments on this time. It's got a lot of elbows. But this thing, yeah, it has to because it's getting near the highest point of the region court and got to reach up top. And look at it crunches the steel girders. And then ever so gingerly just drops it. But, yeah, you have the jaws attachment at the end. Then you even have spray nozzles. to keep the dust down. But yeah, this is a big monster demo. They didn't implode this with dynamite or anything. I guess it was cheaper to go about it this way, but oh yeah, well this is something I'd want to ask the city about. What the master plan and so forth is this. Now, there was a developer that bought this, a businessman from Dearborn Heights. I guess he's got 34 acres. He's going to submit to the city what kind of plan he wants to. He wants housing in a mixed-use development, but it still has to get approved by the city. So that will be interesting to be sure. That will be part of the master plan for the city. And it'll be great. What's the city going to do? Let's do something spectacular if possible. Yeah, this big monster moving into position. Oh, I'd love to just be like in the control area there and maybe just say, hey, let me work the controls for a little bit. But this is like PlayStation Extraordinaire type thing. I'm sure there's all number of. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me take a crack at it. That would be so much fun. I'm sure there's a learning curve for this also, but. Oh, yeah, I could experiment a little bit. I might be a little slow at start, but yeah, this would be fun. You get a big cloud of dust, so the operator just takes a little chill break for a second, let the dust settle, and then go at it again. Oh, but yeah, what a monster. I don't know, anybody come up with a name. I think I'll call it Fred. But pretty soon, yeah, that's the end of the tape. I just have a few more minutes. I'm going to eject this tape. Just have about 4 more minutes, and that'll be the end of the show. But, yeah, but I apologize for the bad video quality, all the fluttering and whatnot. All right. This is the second tape. It was same day, but I just changed the picture effects to negative art, which is appropriately named because it's kind of art coming down. My urban planning friend had said the most interesting time for a building is when it goes up and when it comes down. And yeah, it comes down a lot faster than it goes up, but yeah, but anyways, negative art, and it inverts everything. So what's white is black, black is white. But then there's a hint of blue in there too. I think the red kind of turns bluish. It's not, yeah, different colors do different things, but. Yeah, so fill out that survey. Go to cityofdearborn.org, and they have links. They have a very easy to navigate city website. I mean, they're in cahoots with Google or whatever and doing some fun things, which is great. Dearborn is boldly going into the 21st century, and you got a young whippersnapper mayor, and realize things need to be updated and all that. And so, I don't know, Dearborn might be dusting themselves off a little bit. It almost seems like other cities have kind of taking the lead like Royal Oak or Ferndale, and you hear about other cities, but it's time for Dearborn to show off a little bit. And certainly in this Midtown area, Dearborn's got some room and some land to do some things. It's not just this property here, but just south of here, just off of Southfield Freeway, there's plenty of land. Now, it's probably all owned by Ford Motor, but maybe the city could put up a little small concert venue type thing and have a meeting type space where community events and fun things. But if they're going to have, that was like an elevator shaft type thing or part of the elevator, so that might be more heavily fortified. But look at all the elbows. That's the jaw thing, and then here's one elbow, second elbow up top, third elbow. There's a lot of attachments, so that's quite the contraption. But I think they've called it a day here, and enough work. It needs to take a rest. And I think that guy might be one of the operators. But, yeah, I would pay $20 and say, let me have a go at it. I'll pay you $20 to do it. Normally they have to pay the operator to take things down, but I would actually pay them. What a deal is that, right? But look at all the elbows here. And they attach it. This is a monster. The one guy told me, and I think I still have this right, he said it takes 17 semis to transport this monster with all the attachments and everything. It's the largest in North America. Or so I'm told, or so I was told. But nowadays you got to verify everything. You can't just believe everything you hear. But yeah, it's just kind of backing up a little bit. But yeah, well, that's the way it was. There's some ghetto palms growing up on that building. You see those? If you don't check those things will damage the roof, and then water will get inside. So they need to look into that. But yeah, that's the way it was. All right, and then I'm going to stop it there. That's going to be it. It'll be short. That was overlap from last week. I hate really repeating things, but I'm going to have to get my camcorder fixed or figure out what's going on. But folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend. And the other good news was Comcast figured out why public access wasn't airing in parts of Dearborn Heights. So they fixed that problem. So it's good to know Channel 18, at least for the time being, will continue on. So yeah, if you do just perchance watch, even if it's just for a little bit, appreciate that. And then go do that City of Dearborn survey. Urban planning is an audience participation event. I'm sure the City of Dearborn would love to hear your input on what you want to make your city a better place. So yes, do that. All right. So take care and good night. See you next week, hopefully.